guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Shelby, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm starting a Booktube channel. I'm so excited, but I also have a lot of nervous energy as well, so we're going to try to get into this quickly. I've been wanting to start a Booktube channel for a little while. I've gone back and forth with the idea on it, and then I've always talked myself out, and I've decided that this is the year for change. We're just going to do it. We're going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag today. So I went ahead and looked up the questions, and we are just going to jump right into it with the first question, which is question number 1. Why did you start this channel? Being able to see other people's reactions to books, like that is my absolute favorite thing. There's nothing better than being able to either talk to a friend or someone who's also read the books that you've read and they share the same reaction. Like you just read a book and it took you on a ride, right? But the end was crazy, like an absolute crazy twist, or something really dramatic happens and you just are like, oh my god, did that really just happen? There was a book that I read in 2023, which I'm gonna be really honest and transparent, and I hate to say this because I don't like to speak ill of books. I know authors put a lot of hard work and things like that into creating these stories, and at first I thought the book was great. It was called, what's this book called? Remember it because I think I actually blocked it from my memory because it made me so upset. Yep. Okay. So the book was called The Perfect Marriage, and I'm not trying to go too deep into the story, but the way how the story ended up going was completely far south to what I thought it was going to be. And immediately after finishing the book, I had to go to YouTube and see if someone was talking about this book and talking about how it ended, because I couldn't understand. And I was so enraged and so upset that I was just like, someone has to share my opinion. So I think that's the biggest reason as to why I started this channel. I want to be able to share my opinions on books and be a part of a community where there are like-minded people that enjoy same types of books as me or have similar opinions, or be able to share my thoughts and feelings. So yeah. Question number 2. What kind of fun and unique things can you bring to Booktube? And I think that is a really hard and intimidating question to answer, because I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. But the first thought that comes to my mind is being able to create this environment where we're just some friends hanging out, chilling. Maybe it's a reading vlog and we're reading books together, or maybe it's book reviews and we are hanging out together, whether that's during the night or in the morning, just creating these really almost like atmospheric vibes, and making us feel like we're kind of in this room together hanging out. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this channel? I think the thing that I'm most excited for is just to be able to connect with like-minded people. But I'm also just really excited to take you guys with me with whatever I do. Like, whether that be reading vlogs or going to the bookstore or ordering books online, whatever it may be, reorganizing bookshelves. I cannot wait to start buying more books to the point where I need multiple bookshelves. Like, I'm really excited for that. I don't know why. Maybe because it has something to do with shopping. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I think the simplest answer for this is I love reading. Like, there's nothing better than you picking up a book. Maybe you have some expectations because you've maybe looked into the book, or you've read the synopsis, or maybe you've read books by this author before. But when you pick up a book, at least for me, I try to go into it with not having too many thoughts about the book. I just want to see what journey it takes me on. And then there are just some of these very beautiful gold mine of books that literally reel you in. Like, I don't know if it's that way for you, but it's 100% that way for me. When I read a book that I cannot put down, that I need to finish it within the day, like, that's how I know that this book is good. And you're always chasing that feeling. You're always looking for that next good read. And they're a lot of times they're very hard to come by. But when you find it, it's well worth the wait. Like, it's well worth it. And so that's why I love to read. Okay, question number 5 is, what books or series got me into reading? I would have to say it would be Harry Potter and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Those two book series I absolutely loved as a kid. Like, I was all in it for the adventure and figuring out what was going to happen next in these kids' lives, and just being taken to these worlds that felt very similar, but yet in a way was so different and so magical. But the reason why it felt similar is because it felt like I could be there. Like, I felt like I this wasn't something that was far off or made up. Like, this felt like something I was actually in, or I could be in. Like, I could get my letter from Hogwarts coming in the mail any day now. Like, I don't know. There's just something about those series that just really sparked my love for reading. It took me on a journey, and it was something that I was able to read for a long period of time. It didn't just vanish, which I have to say, series are my absolute favorite things to read, because I want to just have more of the characters, have more of the worlds. Like, just, I love series. So, yeah. Okay, question number 6. Questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Okay, I've got a couple in my head right now, so I'll go with 2. 1, what are your favorite types of videos to film? Okay, my second question is, do you ever worry that you're going to run out of ideas? Like, and I guess that's kind of a weird question to ask, but I feel like even though the concept behind Booktube is about books and reading, I feel like most people try to keep things fresh and are constantly trying to come up with new ideas for videos instead of just constant like reading vlogs and stuff like that. So do you ever worry that you may run out of different ideas or fresh new ways to kind of make reading exciting to bring to viewers? I don't know if that question makes any sense, but it makes sense in my head. So we're going to keep moving. Next question. Okay, question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I feel like in the grand scheme of things, reviewing books or anything like that, like, that's kind of where my headset is, or my mind is at right now, is if I'm sitting down and I have to review a book or talk about a book that I just finished reading, whatever it is, finding good ways to talk about those books. So, like, if it was a good book, I don't want to sit there and just be like, it was amazing, you should read it. That doesn't really sell me on wanting to read that book. And when I watch booktube videos, I want someone to tell me why it was a good book to them. So I think that's going to be one of the hardest parts. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? I feel like that's, I don't know, it feels like a hard question to answer, because I'm guessing what this question means is, like, when did you really start getting into like reading books? And I would have to say that I was in my 20s, like my early 20s is definitely when I started to get into books. heavily. I mean, I got to a point where I was not sleeping because I was reading books because I just wanted to get to the ending. And that's when that love of needing to always have a book became like a lot. Like I felt like I my day was not complete if I did not read a book. So I feel like in my early 20s. We're going to go with that answer. Sounds good to me. Sound good to you? Question number 9. Where do you read? Anywhere. It is the easiest answer. I read anywhere. Because I read in many different ways. I read physical books, of course, but I also read a lot of ebooks and I listen to audiobooks as well. I can literally take a book with me anywhere I go. Question number 10. What kind of books do you like reading? I've recently discovered that I am a huge thriller fan. I love thriller books. Um, I definitely also like cozy mysteries during like the fall season. I love romance books, fantasy. Fantasy's a big one for me. Um, that's all I can think of right now. I'm not a huge nonfiction reader, although I am trying to broaden that genre for myself this year. That is a big goal to start getting more into some nonfictions. Although any nonfictions that I have read, they've been really good. They're just not my first choice. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the year goes and if I pick up any new genres that I decide I really like. Final question is, what does my book collection look like? I will show you my bookshelf in its current state. I have 2 places where I keep books, so I'll show you guys that. But I got rid of quite a few of my books because I wasn't reading them and I didn't feel right about just keeping books on my shelf. Although I do think I'm about to get back into buying a lot of books. There's something really nice about holding a physical book, but I also have a lot of books on my iPad that I use. Maybe I do need to invest in a Kindle Paperwhite. I think that's what it's called. But for right now, my iPad works and I can take that with me. I can take my phone with me and I'm good to go. So, yeah. Anyways, I will show you guys my bookshelves here. Anyways, so thank you guys so much for watching the video and joining me today. And let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what is to come with Booktube. I'm really excited to go on this journey and I hope that you guys will come along with me. So stay tuned for more and please subscribe. Subscribe. Anyways, thank you guys so much and see you in my next video. Bye.